Hey guys, it's Bub here, and 6 months ago we took a look at Classic 7. This is a build of Windows 10 that is meant to replicate Windows 7 almost perfectly, and it did so very well. The developer recently reached out to me 6 months later asking me to take another look at Classic 7 because they have made some substantial improvements that have really made the OS better, general quality of life improvements, and I'm told that this will basically, I won't be able to tell the difference, or be able to tell that this is Windows 10. It is aimed to look exactly like Windows 7. So I'm very eager to see. If I remember correctly, Classic 7 6 months ago already blew me away with how close it was, and supposedly it's even better. And that immersion starts as soon as you boot the ISO. If you had this on your desktop, there is no way that you would be able to tell this is Windows 10. 2009, look how close this looks to Windows 7. I mean, I have seen, aside from the Windows 10 boot screen right there, I cannot tell you that this is Windows 10. And I guarantee you, if someone just gave me this ISO, named it Windows 7, I had no idea what I was doing, that I would believe this was in fact Windows 7. I mean, everything, like the arrow effects, the background, the theme, the colors. I'm not even convinced that this isn't Windows 7. This very well could be Windows 7. All right, and here we are. We are in the out-of-box experience, and wow. I mean, I'm so impressed with this. So we're going to name this account Classic7 and hit next. We're going to leave out a password. I mean, just look at how detailed this is. I mean, this is incredible. The level of detail that the developer went into on this is just incredible. I mean, from boot, let's forget about the first part. Just, would you have been able to tell that this actually isn't Windows 7, but it's rather Windows 10? I mean, that's incredible. I am curious to know what version of Windows 10 it is. I can't remember from the last time, but I have a feeling that it's some older version of Windows 10, because I don't think you can do this with the more modern versions because they're just so locked down. It's asking me to sign in as other user. I'm not sure why. Do I just have to enter? Yeah, apparently I just have to enter my username. I don't know why. Windows 7 didn't do that unless you were domain joined, but here we go. Alright, here is the first time we're in the desktop. We can see a Windows 10 notification icon, but we're going to ignore that, pretend that never happened. Classic 7 has a first time use setup utility, so we can select what kind of branding we want. I want Windows 7 Professional. And then what kind of Firefox skin do we want? I want Chrome 23 because I use Chrome. And then before we reboot, I'm going to install VMware Tools. That way we can do one standard reboot and then be brought back into the OS ready to actually take a deep dive into it. Alright, and here we are on the desktop of Classic 7. Let's take a deep look and see if we can reveal this true OS's core as Windows 10. The taskbar by default, as you can see, it does have arrow effects enabled, and we have our show desktop button, our clock, as well as our volume mixer, our network, and our system tray with Bluetooth, VMware Tools, and safely remove hardware. On the left side, we have Windows Media Player. We have File Explorer. Why didn't that actually close? Well, we must have found a glitch already. It shows as open when it's really not. Media Player, and it just went away. Okay. We have our File Explorer, and then we have Chrome, which, as we saw in the pre-setup environment, this appears to be Firefox themed as Chrome. We had the option to pick what we wanted. We could have done Firefox, like an older theme of Firefox, Internet Explorer, things like that. But as you can see, we're themed like version 23 of Google Chrome, which is very old at this point. In the start menu, we can see by default we have Snipping Tool and Paint as our recents. What we typically see with Windows 7, pictures, music, games, computer, blah, 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 blah. Under all programs, we have default programs, desktop gadget gallery. So, of course, we have those classic gadgets. We'll put the clock and a picture puzzle on our desktop just like that. Yep, there we go. Then we have Chrome, DVD Maker, Fax and Scan, Media Center, Media Player. Typical accessories, nothing too out of the ordinary here. Under apps, we have, yep, here we go. Here's where we can reveal some of its true core. We have the original apps of Windows 10. Control Panel, Windows Backup, as well as Windows Security. These are all Windows 10 applications, as you can tell. Yep, now we just revealed its true core. If we go to System and About, I'm sure it's going to say, yeah, but it even still says Windows 7 in the Windows 10 settings. So that's pretty crazy that they went that far. Moving down the list, we have Games. What we typically see, And everyone knows, I say this every time I see it, my favorite game was Purple Place on Windows Vista and Windows 7. Everyone knows that if you watch this channel. Under maintenance, we have, typical things, including Classic Updater, which, this is like the Classic Updater to update Classic 7, but it apparently doesn't work. That's what that must be, like to actually download Classic 7 updates. Then we have Startup, which apparently starts the Windows Media Center sys tray. Pretty cool stuff here. Let's take a look at our CPU RAM usage under process. What's running? Text input. Okay. We have, let's see here, 14%, 6%, 2%. Typical Windows CPU usage. It's always fluctuating up and down. And then this VM, I believe I gave it 8 gigs of RAM. Yep, 8191. And we're using 1.78, so roughly 2 gigs of RAM. Not bad, but not great. In terms of storage, remember the only thing that we've done is we've installed VMware Tools. So we have 43.6 gigs free of 59.8. That means that we're using approximately 6.2 gigabytes of space, which is actually not 6. We're using approximately 16.2 gigabytes of space, which is a lot. But, I mean, it's Windows 10, so come on. Yeah, let's just take a further look at this OS. So as we can see, File Explorer, I mean, this is so crazy that they were able to do this. I mean, down to individual folders, like, this is crazy. And considering that the date modified is 2019 on some of these, I'm going to take a wild guess and say that this is probably Windows 10, like 1903 or 1909. That would be my best guess as to when this build was, like, not this specific build of not this build of Classic 7, but rather this build of Windows 10 was installed. As we can see here, this does appear to be, based on that name, IoT Enterprise, probably IoT Enterprise LTSC or something like that. Again, probably 1909, 1903 based on that date modified there. We also do see some date modifieds from 2009, so these are probably legitimate Windows 7 files that were taken from Windows 7 and brought into this OS. Again, pretty cool stuff, honestly. You really put this in front of someone who doesn't, like, I mean, even someone who knows Windows 7 and knows Windows 10, like someone who's good with computers, they wouldn't be able to tell the difference. I mean, look at this. This is crazy. Even the skin for Google Chrome, I mean, aside from that, let's not show that again. This brings back so many memories. Even, look, there's Angry Birds right there, where we can come play Angry Birds. I mean, I had the Angry Birds extension on my Windows XP machine that ran Chrome 23. So this is really bringing back many memories. Something we should have done in the beginning, let's look at the README file that will kind of give us an overview of what's different from this version compared to the past. Welcome to Classic 7. This is a quick fix to all issues in 0.4. I don't really remember what we looked at in the past. SIB++, thinking it's not activated, Firefox title buttons, Open with X, Classic Explorer, Windows Media Player, Windows Media Center rather, DVD Maker, Classic Setup, and hotkeys. And there are a lot of people that are actually involved in this project. I didn't realize how many people were actually involved. I thought it was one developer here. But all of these people, I mean, big thank you to everybody here for actually making this possible. I mean, this is a lot of people. And I would love to see development of this continue to make this even better. And possibly even, something like Classic Vista, Classic XP. Because obviously this development team is really good at what they do. So maybe we could expand to other OSs. So that being said, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new around here, as we do all kinds of different technology videos, including device restorations. And with that being said, I'll see you all in the next one.